All right, we are back in office, as you guys would have noticed by now as well. And let me be very honest with you, I was a little nervous to come back to office and work out of here because I wasn't sure if I'll be able to get up on time, get ready and be here on time. But then let me be very honest with you, it feels kind of nice to be back here because I was working from home for close to 19 months and I think I was getting a bit lazy. And I promise you, now that we are back here, we'll bring you a lot of cool, fun, informative tech videos on India Today Tech. As for today, this is our weekly Q&A video where we answer all your technology related questions. I think by now you know the process that you have to go to the comment section, put in your questions, use the hashtag Let's Get Techie, and I take up all your questions every Friday. So now, let's start today's video. You're already watching India Today Tech. I am Manas Tiwari. The first question that I have today is from SM. SM, by the way, is our usual follower and subscriber. But SM, I don't know your full name, so if you can just drop in your name as well, it would be really kind. And his question is, many vendors are providing extended RAM feature on smartphones. Is it effective? Is it as good as having physical RAM? Very interesting question, SM, because I honestly think it is one of the few features in the recent times which is a step in the right direction, because we have seen the life of smartphones actually declining because a lot of people face these hanging issues and RAM related issues after a while. So that's why people are forced to change their phones in every 2 to 3 years. So I think with this feature, we might be able to extend the life of our smartphones a little longer. However, because this feature is still relatively new, I am yet to see the eventual impact of it on smartphones, but it's good to see that this feature has come. Of course, it is not a replacement or an alternative to your physical RAM. I think it cannot replace it. Also, we don't know at what point these smartphones are allotting this virtual RAM towards your usual RAM, because they say that whenever your phone demands or when you're doing multitasking is when this virtual RAM comes into effect. But there is no way to find out whether it's in process or not. So we'll get to see the results with time, and of course it's not going to replace your physical RAM, but it's a good add-on to have on top of what you're getting on your phone. The second question that I have is from Harsh Jaiswal. Harsh is asking me, as you mentioned, 5G might take some time to come to India. So can you give me a little more clarity on the timeline? I'm that kind of person who stick to the same phone for 3 years. So if I buy a 4G phone like Pixel 4a, will it be relevant after 2 years? Harsh, first of all, it's a very good thing to stick to the same phone for at least 3 years. That's how I think it should be. I see a lot of users, getting impulsive and changing their phones in every 1.5 or 2 years. But yeah, if you maintain your phones well, I think you can easily use them for 3 to 4 years. As far as 5G goes, I don't see it coming by the end of 2022 at least. There's still a lot of process which has to be taken care of before we eventually see the commercial rollout of 5G. Yes, Airtel and few others have hinted that at some point in 2022 you can expect a 5G rollout. So even if you're buying a 4G phone right now, I think you should be able to use it for next 18 to 24 months. Next up is a quick feedback from Somdev 1977. Somdev has wished me happy Dussehra. I mean, this is a comment from last week, so of course last Friday was Dussehra. And he said, I love your reviews and Q&A sessions. Lots of insights and detailed content. You got me as a new subscriber. Thank you so much, Somdev. Keep rocking and growing. Hopefully, Somdev, because it's your, as I always say, it's your support and your love that keeps us going. And now that we're back in office and now the team has come together, I'm sure we'll bring you more interesting and fun content. The next question I have is from Nanju Cree. I hope I'm getting your name right, by the way. And his question is, any update on the Asus 8Z launch? एक बार फिर हम वहीं आ गए हैं, Asus 8Z. So guys, there is still no update. There is absolutely no update on the Asus 8Z India launch. I was told that it may come sometime in October, by the end of October, but we haven't heard anything officially from the company. And let me be very honest with you, anyone who's been waiting for this phone should now ideally move on. It's been 6 months. This has been stretched far too long for anyone's liking. Even I'm sure that even Asus would not be enjoying this right now. They have, I think, messed up, and they would have realized it by now. So if you have been waiting for this phone, I think you can look at other options for sure. The next question is from Het Patel, and it's a similar sort of question. He's asking, when will Asus 8Z launch in India? If there is more time, then I have to go for Samsung A52s or any other phone. His budget is around 40k, and there is just one condition: non-Chinese brand he would prefer. आपका Asus 8Z वाला जो part है, that I have already addressed that it's not launching. I don't think it's launching this month because we haven't got any update till now. It's already 21st of October, and if you have been waiting for this long, I think now it's time to move on. You look at other options. Now I don't get this point of yours where you're saying ki I want a non-Chinese smartphone, because I don't know. I mean, if there's a particular reason that you have, then it's absolutely fine, because see, at the end of the day, you are spending your hard-earned money and you want value. So this Chinese, non-Chinese should not matter to you. If you want a recommendation under 40k, I think then if you don't want a Chinese phone, then of course Samsung and Asus are probably your only two sensible options. But if you want to look beyond this non-Chinese thing, then I would also recommend you Mi 11X Pro and the Realme GT. These two phones you should definitely consider. And the last question I have is from Anuja Ulhe, who has asked, what is the dial size of OnePlus Watch Harry Potter edition? Okay, Anuja, I probably missed mentioning this in our unboxing video, but the dial size is 46 mm. So that's the size that you get. And yes, it is slightly larger than your usual smartwatches. So 46 mm is on the bigger side. And for anyone else who's interested in OnePlus Watch Harry Potter edition, you can definitely watch our unboxing video on Indie Tech. I'll also put the link somewhere here, so you will get all the other details about its features, pricing and everything in that video. So this was it, guys. These were all the questions that I had for this week. I know a lot of you have been asking me about the Asus 8Z, and I can clearly see that there's a lot of interest around this phone. But again, let me repeat it once again that it's time to move on. It's time to look beyond and check out other options that you can purchase at the same price category. And if you have any other questions, be it related to smartphones, gadgets, any apps, if you want any tech tips, hacks, if you've been struggling with anything with your gadgets, then please put it in the comments section and I'll take up all these questions in next week's video. Thank you for watching. Also, let me remind you, while you are here, please subscribe to Indie Tech. Also tap on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any updates from our side. Thank you for watching.